This cat's ready as well. Wants to start the podcast. Why are you doing that?
Why, you don't like it?
Not at all. Didn't hear recording in progress like it usually does.
Recording in progress.
I know what's
That's
wrong
because
with
it's not recording. It is recording,
Just
huh?
say recording.
Is it hooked up correctly?
The volume on? Nope,
That's
volume.
off. It's a
Volume's
little
on.
arrow. Arrow.
What am I doing?
Arrow.
What
Next
arrow?
to the volume to make sure the thing's connected.
You're stressing me out.
All right, it's fine. Let's
All
get
right.
this show on the road, child.
Welcome to the Raining Cats and Dogs podcast. I'm your host, Shannon.
I'm Arianna.
And we're Raining Cats and Dogs. We're here.
We're raining?
We're raining.
How do we rain?
We reign over everything.
Oh.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you're new here, we just kind of chit-chat and then discuss Reddit stories.
And if you're new here, how did you get here?
Oh, yeah. How did you find us? Please like, subscribe, follow, send us a little
Follow
note.
us on our Instagram.
Only send us a note, though, if you're kind. We don't need unkindness.
Could be fun.
No? Maybe?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you have to share with us this week?
I don't know. I feel like I don't have much to share. Oh, other than, so there's a bridge down on my usual way to work. So I keep missing the turn where it would like make the most sense to do the detour.
Mhm.
So then I've got to go the long way around the bridge because I'm like, oh shoot, I missed the road I need to go
no.
down. So I go around, and then coming home today, you know how sometimes you're just kind of like on autopilot?
Yeah.
So I'm driving, going, and I see these detour signs like, oh, detour, like, oh, the bridge. I almost missed the turn. Otherwise, I would have been going past like the last turn over the bridge. So.
Oh my God. Yes, that bridge is annoying. I saw detour signs, completely ignored it when we went out to ice cream last week with Alyssa. That's why Alyssa and I took so long to get home, because then I had to turn all the way around and come back.
Why'd you turn around? What did you do?
Because the bridge was out.
Yeah.
So I turned around and came back. It went down Main Street, so it just took longer.
Why would you do that and not cut down one of the, just like the road right before it? You just you'd go right, then you take not the next left, but the left after that. And then you're take another right, and then you're back on track. That's the way I need to go when I'm going to work, but I always miss it. So then I go past the bridge and go up and around instead of taking the way that doesn't add on any extra mileage.
Okay, well, I guess you're an expert.
I am an expert. I go this way every day. Though I keep missing the turn on the way to work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Alyssa saved Baby Bunny. I got to call her after this podcast
Well,
and see
you
how it's
asked
doing.
how I was doing. She never responded.
Yeah, she ignores my text sometimes. That's okay.
It's fine.
She's busy.
Sometimes I see texts, and if I don't respond right away, then I forget to respond.
I think that's what it is. If you're busy or whatever, you're like, oh, yeah, I'll text them later, and then you just never do.
Yeah.
It happens. We all do it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling you, but I guess I'll share with everybody else how dumb I am. So I was just optimistic. So you guys know when, we were in Europe on the way in Munich, Germany, in that airport, on the plane, I left my Kindle. I knew right where it was. So eventually I found a way to get to the Kindle. It's not through the airport company because you had to pick it up from the airport. You had to hire another company in Germany to get the Kindle and then ship it to you. So I did that. It was $100 to ship it to me. It was like $120 actually.
Which is about the cost of a Kindle. So I'm like, don't bother by doing this.
I'm already out the $120. It was like a Black Friday deal for the Kindle Lite that I had. So I'm like, you know what? But I really loved it. If I'm going to spend over $100 anyway, I'd rather have my Kindle. It was brand new. I had bought it for the trip. I want it. So like it's been like 2 months now. Wait, March, April, May. Yeah, so it was end of May, beginning of June. So I let them know. Contacted them right in the beginning of June. And lo and behold, they dropped it off in the Netherlands, where I had originally asked for them to send it to the hotel if they responded right away. They didn't. So then I had asked them to send it to my home address in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were still, for whatever reason, they shipped it to the Netherlands hotel that we stayed at. So I get then in contact with UPS because I went to the wrong place, because then it got into their hands. They're the ones that delivered it. And they're like, oh, you only had 30 days to respond. It's been 60 days. It's too late. So I'm like, are you kidding me? I just thought like snail mail is going to take forever. So it's annoying.
I can't believe it.
I can't. No. So annoying.
Hi,
So
little kids. Come back.
I've paid. So I'm going to actually end up paying for a Kindle 3 times by the time I ever buy a new one. I paid for it once.
No, you're not getting one. You're done. You've lost your chance to get a Kindle.
Then I paid to have it shipped to me. Though the hotel I stayed at had my name. They could have looked it up to see if it was a guest, and they could have called me.
Don't buy one for Christmas. I will get you a Kindle.
No, but then no. But what if I lost it?
You're not getting one again. Just like how you set my rice cooker. I bought, not the rice cooker. It was a crock pot I bought for you for Christmas.
It was
on
such
fire.
a nice crock pot. It just
was the best crock pot I've ever seen. And you started it on fire.
I don't know where you got it. I tried looking it up on Amazon and I couldn't find
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was the best crock pot ever. I accidentally left the stove on and I set it down on it.
It had like this whole locking feature.
It was great. And there was flames. So yeah, so I've already paid for a Kindle twice and I don't have any Kindle. So in order to get a new one, either someone else has to buy for me or I have to buy it a third time. It's okay. My nightstand has a ton of books. Plus I do Audible. So I'm good for a while.
Yeah.
That was so dumb for me. Then there's something else I noticed, and this is
no
TMI, but I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Oh god!
So I'm in the bathroom at work, and have you ever noticed at like public places, why is the toilet paper roll so low? And I'm a short person. I can't even imagine how it is for a taller person reaching for the roll. Have you noticed that in like public stalls, how like the toilet paper like thing in order to get it so low?
I don't know.
I have to bend down to get it.
I don't think I've ever had to bend down before.
Okay, well at my work they're really low.
At my work, actually, I think it's at a good height, but it's kind of a little far where you're stretching.
Oh. You need long arms.
Yeah.
Stretch arms. No, mine is like it's so low and it was full. So you know how like public toilet paper, like it's the big giant roll. It's really hard to get out. Yeah, and I'm like bending down. I'm like, okay, I'm short. Like I can't imagine someone that's like 6 foot trying to like reach down and trying to get this toilet paper. Ours is placed really, really low. I don't know.
Weirdo.
Okay, just an observation for me. I guess that's it. That's going on. Oh, I started designing things. And speaking of that, I think I'm going to design a Raining Cats and Dogs shirt.
Ooh,
or sweatshirt, definitely. So we actually only make like $2 on it if I do like through Printify because then they take care of the orders and everything.
Yeah.
But I think I might do it because I said something that's kind of. And I think I already know how I'm going to design it.
Oh my god!
Kind of funny. It was pointed out to me by a friend. Like it is kind of funny. Because I said I sleep in the raw, but what I meant is like I sleep with no noise machine, like in the raw, in the nude, going bareback. But it has, but it's all about. It's not sexual at all.
You're making it weird.
It's not sexual at all. It was just funny. So I think I want to have a sweatshirt made like sleeping in the raw, like maybe on the arm, and then on the like this where a sleeve would be, pocket would be on the sweatshirt, just like a little raccoon, like looking out, like with like sunglasses or something. I don't know.
Sunglasses? What's sunglasses to do with this?
I don't know. Just because I think a raccoon and sunglasses would be cute. I don't know. I'll work on that. And then it'll be our first merch for our 10 listeners.
Yikes.
No, we actually have more than that now.
Do we?
I think it's double the 20. You don't seem excited about that.
20? We have 20 listeners. I take an hour out of my week for 20 people.
This is our thing. And someday when I'm not here anymore, you can listen back and think, oh, there's my mom. She's such a dork.
Gosh. It'll be like how we think about CDs and stuff now. We're like, we should have made this into a hologram.
Dude, we kind of cringy sometimes. Does anyone want this in a hologram?
But like, Anthony says he likes to watch podcasts. I just like to listen to them. But I think he'd prefer if like, a little button. Then he feels like, because he watches those D&D ones or the magic card playing. That'd actually be really cool to kind of watch as a hologram, like see all different angles of like them playing cards.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you should design that. Develop that now.
I don't know anything about technology.
Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, and yeah, speaking of technology, so Arianna graciously built What are they? Like above ground herb things?
Oh, it's like a raised garden bed.
But it's really tall. Like it's like
for herbs.
But how many times did you put it back together?
Well, we didn't fully take it apart. There's 3 different things we had to kind of take some pieces apart for.
Mm-hmm.
But the instructions are horrible. It's like 3 different photos and like, oh, it's built. I'm like, okay, there's like 500 pieces here. I think you need more than 3 photos. And it's just like, it didn't really show, like even the images weren't good. It wasn't like, oh, make sure those holes are on the bottom. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I think those things need to attach. So I'm like, oh, we need to flip that around. So I feel like they were very hard to build. And then it only showed the crossbars in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but this is going to be really unstable. So I'm like, oh, so do we need to unscrew these things here at the end, put in a bar here, and then it makes it stable. But there was no instructions showing any of this.
No, I'm very impressed that you put it together. But what I'm going to say is it was just interesting because a civil engineer, is it civic or civil? Civil engineer and architect were the ones building this for me. They put it together.
It turned out okay without.
So the average person, it would just collapse on them.
Also, we make very detailed construction documents. We could not hand over a piece of paper like that and say, build a house now.
That would be awful.
Here's what you need. You need wood. You need these nails. And then here, look at the front of the house. Build it.
That would be funny. I feel like a competition to win money, not for someone to live in, but to have a sustainable house that someone could live in. Yeah. Just with that. Those are your instructions.
Mm-hmm.
No drawings, no nothing.
Nope.
That'd be hilarious.
3 different images. This is how you attach the board here. Then, oh, look, it's completely finished, so the floor is done.
That's funny. Oh, and so, I have this pool, and we live in Buffalo, and I swear it's just raining all the time. So I bought a heater for the pool, but I wanted it like plug and play because I didn't want the 220. So it's been sitting in my garage for 2 weeks, and it's really heavy because I thought it'd be the size of a microwave. No, it's the size of like a mini fridge.
I don't know why you thought it would be the size of a microwave. It's about not the size of a mini. Well, actually,
look, it's about that size.
Just
right
like
there.
Elongated a little bit, thinned out.
Yeah. About the size, but heavier than that. I think the mini fridge.
I could move that mini fridge. Yeah,
I have moved the mini fridge.
Yeah, I can't move that. I think might be able to drag that thing.
So I bought a dolly.
Oh my god,
with big wheels, so we can haul it out.
Thought you said if I tried to move it with a dolly, I'd fall backwards.
Well, I got one that you can actually lay down to, and it has wheels, so you'll see.
Okay,
it'll work out. I hope. So I have to know if it'll work. So if it's not going to work, I need to return it before the time's up. And then I drink hydrogen water, and I have a hydrogen pitcher. But now there was a big sale on a hydrogen maker for your faucet. Are you texting right now? I'm talking to you.
No.
This is, you know how it is like you live with someone? She also does this for the podcast when she should have your full attention. It's not about me. It's about you. Anyway,
I'm here.
I have the hydrogen. I have this hydrogen, I don't know, machine thing that you hook up to the faucet. So then when you turn it on, you just flip it over. It's like filtered water, but instead it's filtered hydrogen water. So I need to stop filling the pitcher. And all you need to do is unscrew the little thing from the faucet. Like, you know how the faucets have like a little cap thing. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I saw instructions. I'm like, I can do this. Do you think I can remove it? No. Get out pliers. I just scratched up my faucet. So then I'm like, what the heck? I can't get this thing off. So like I let it sit in like overnight in vinegar in a baggie. Like, oh, maybe like there's stuff crusted in there so I can get it out.
How long have you been working on this thing? It's just
4 days.
4 days. It was yesterday.
It says Thursday night at like 10 o'clock Thursday. It is now Monday, and I still don't have this hooked up. So now I just watched a YouTube. I'm going to go buy a new faucet, and I watched a YouTube video of how to change your faucet in 30 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure I have all the tools.
When are you doing this?
I don't know. This weekend sometime.
Okay.
Why? What? Do you not have faith in me?
No.
You don't think I should try to change my faucet?
Actually, might be the only way that you are able to use your hydrogen water, but...
And that's also...
I like our faucet.
Well, I need something to unscrew it with. And I feel bad because our dear Jim did that for us. A gentleman that has passed. He used to do a lot of things around the house for us.
I'll keep that faucet.
What are you doing with the faucet?
Maybe one day when I finally have a place of my own, I'll install that faucet.
this house is already full with too much stuff. Am I going to keep a faucet?
Yep.
Can you just take a photo of it?
No, because I'm going to go through my phone and be like, why do I have a photo of a faucet?
Oh my God. I'm going to, you know how like you can go to Shutterfly and like upload picture books?
I'm
going to give you one
not
Okay. I know we all get attached to things. I am too, but I think you're worse than me. You can turn into a hoarder. Like, what?
Hey, have we ever told the story about those untables in the basement?
No. We got to share the story.
Am I the asshole for sneaking into a place that was for sale and taking the end tables?
Normally someone would say yes. We gotta hear
Here's the backstory. Since I was a child, these end tables have been in my basement for years. I carved my name in a heart with a knife, little pocket knife in it when I was a young child. And I love these end tables. And actually, in high school, I used to spend a lot of time in the basement.
You did.
And then Anthony moved back,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of lived in the basement, so obviously we did not spend as much time down there.
Right.
But then he took it as, we never go in the basement. And he said, we don't need these end tables. So when he moved out, he took them. And I was like, if you ever are going to get rid of them or replace them with something else, I want these end tables back. So then, long story short, he's moving out of the apartment. And it's going up for sale.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so I'm in his new place. Where's those end tables? It's like, I left them there. So then I hatch a plan to take these end tables back.
But as part of the sale, the new people that were buying this place wanted those end tables.
Yeah. So we found lookalikes online. They weren't cheap either.
They were not cheap. So for, what was it, like $100,
Yeah.
50 each.
So we built these end tables one night, brought them in her car, drove to the apartment, got in, replaced the end tables, and grabbed these, they're really old. Actually, the ones we made are really sturdy and nice.
They were really nice.
We grabbed these old end tables that are like, feel like if you shake it too much, it'll just fall apart. Grabbed them, and then we took them back into the basement.
Anthony is also the real estate agent who was like, if they notice and we lose this sale because you want these crappy end tables, like it was a big thing. He's like, just because Ari's like, tell them no. And he's like, I don't want to lose the sale. Like it was a whole big ordeal.
Yeah, you wanted to take it back. I think if it was just you would have took them back. I stood my ground. It's like, I'm not taking these end tables back. They're mine.
They were lookalikes, but now they were just nice. They're actually way nicer than the ones that we
You're like,
took.
I wish we kept those ones.
Kind of. Those are really nice end
When
tables.
I finally move out, I'm taking my shaky old end table.
You
So
can
my
have
children
them.
can carve their initial with a knife
You
down
might
in the
need
basement.
to like do some work to make sure it stays standing. Those end tables.
Mm.
Like tighten them up or something.
Okay.
some
I'll have my
screws.
engineer look at it.
You have an engineer?
I have an engineer.
Okay. Can this engineer do things around this house
I don't know. You might have to pay him.
then? Okay. I'm willing to pay. Did I tell you how Jasper was hurting the guy that was giving me an estimate on stone?
Yeah, I chased him out to the road.
Yeah, so I overslept and he was meeting me on Sunday. Was it Sunday morning?
Yeah?
Or Saturday
No.
morning?
I don't even remember
I don't know. One weekend morning. No, it was Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So yesterday.
Oh my God.
It's been a long day already.
Thanks.
So yesterday morning at 8:30 in the morning, and he got there at like 8:15. I was only up for like 5 minutes, let the dogs out. Came like, shoot, he's here early. So I go meet him up front. Jasper went with me just so he wasn't barking like crazy in the house. And he was fine. Like he was chill. Like I showed him like where I needed some stone. And then we were talking. And then all of a sudden, like we were pretty much done. We're wrapping it up. We're just kind of chit-chatting. And Jasper starts like walking to the road. And I was like, hey, buddy, where are you going? And he just stood there staring at us. He's like, well, you know what? I got to get going anyway. I have another job this morning. And then, he's like, I'll send you a text with the quote after we went over everything. Like, great. Once he started leaving, then Jasper ran back to me. He was trying to herd him to the street because that's where his truck was parked, just to have him leave. So I thought it was cute. Jasper's a little herding dog.
It was very cute.
He was. He just wanted his breakfast is what he wanted.
Oh, yeah. Actually, he's probably hoping you go to the tea place.
Yes, because they like They like once a week I get the dogs a plain donut. Zuko gets a whole one. Alice and Jasper share. It used to be Timbits, but our Tim Hortons does not have plain, no glaze or anything Timbits, so they eat more, but they have less sugar from the glaze, if that makes sense.
I don't really know if it equals out. But one time they accidentally gave us like the Boston cream.
Yes.
So I just kind of tore it apart and Zuko just got that one.
Yeah. She ate the chocolate. He got like some of the cream and the donut. Yeah. I was like, what the heck? I'm like, ooh, the car behind me is going to be really mad that they got two plain, old-fashioned plain donuts. Nothing on it.
Yeah.
No glaze. No
I'd be upset if I was them.
Yeah, I would be too. All right, let's go to news. Some little things.
News with Shannon.
I like it.
No.
Actually, I like this story. I don't know. I'm feeling loopy. It's Monday. I'm tired.
Did you have a cookie when we got home?
No.
Special cookie?
No special cookies. Just drinking a protein shake for dinner. So, there's a German village called Fuggery. The rent hasn't been raised since the year 1520. It costs just 88.88, like 88 cents, 88.88 euros to live there for an entire year. Still.
I don't know if I believe that.
It's from Weird Facts. It's true. And I did Google it, and it's very, very true. So the rent for living there has been 1 Rhenish gulden per year, equivalent to 0.88 euros. Residents are also required to say 3 daily prayers for the current owner of the Fuggery and to work part-time in the community.
So what is a Fuggery?
It's just this little gated community.
It's a gated community? It sounds like a cult.
No, you just have to say prayers.
No, yeah. Is this some kind of religion?
I think it looks like elderly.
Is it a monk? Like, what is it?
And the living conditions have remained unchanged for over 500 years. So I don't know. There might be.
There's no plumbing.
Is it indoor plumbing?
No wonder it's so cheap.
No air conditioning. No. Is there heat? Use a heat by wood burning stove.
You're washing your clothes in the river.
God. Anyway, 500. So to qualify, one must have lived in Augsburg for at least 2 years, be of the Catholic faith, and be indignant without any debt. What is indignant? I don't know. Just be without debt.
No debt.
Additionally, the 5 gates of the complex are locked down every day at 10 p.m.
Okay, yeah, that's like a cult. That's a prison.
It's not, but look, there's like little old people in there. So
okay, it looks really cute. But if there's no plumbing, I'm out.
Well, I don't know why. So I have a little story. In 2017, I might have even read this one already. I just keep coming across it. In 2017, a 4-year-old girl in Siberia awoke to find her grandmother was sick and not moving. After speaking with her blind grandfather, she walked 5 miles alone in temperatures as low as negative 34 degrees Celsius or negative 29 Fahrenheit over several hours to the next homestead, where she successfully found help for her grandmother. She was only 4. Pretty shocking.
She was only 4?
Yeah, isn't that shocking?
I don't think I could do that at 4.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm not going to play the TikTok, but am I the asshole for not paying a split bill? So this woman went met out friends for dinner. She got there a little late, so she didn't have appetizers. She's trying to diet and watch what she ate. So she only had water and a salad.
Okay.
Her total was $18.
Whoa, just for a salad?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, some good salads, right?
A good salad. That's
all right.
Okay. Then plus tip. So all the friends are sitting there talking. They're like, okay, let's just all split the bill. And she's like, wait, they've been drinking. They've had appetizers. They also had dessert and an entree. She's like, there's no way. I just had a salad.
No.
So she went up to go to the bathroom, met up with her waitress and said, hey, can I just pay for mine separate? Is that possible? She said, sure. So she paid the $18 in tip on the side. Then the waitress came over for the bill. She's like, how do you want these split up individually? And the one friend said, oh, no, just put it all together. We'll split it. And then they added it up. I want $112 from everybody. Think about it. An entree, appetizers, drinks are like, what, $15 a drink?
I don't care if I'm ending friendships and I'm paying that when I only $18 worth.
So she stuck up for herself and said, no, my meal was $18. I already paid for it. Her friend's like, really? You're going to be like that? And she was like, yes, I did not have any drinks or dessert or appetizers.
Mm-mm.
I had a salad and water. And I guess they had a big fight. She left. All her friends are saying she was an asshole for not paying $112.
But you need new friends.
Though I was in that situation.
You were?
Not quite that bad. But I remember one time your dad and myself, we're out to dinner when we were married, and we were with a group of people that were drinking. We did not drink. And we just had I don't know what was salad, but we had a cheaper meal. And everyone was like, oh, let's just split it. And we were like, we didn't have drinks or we just had I think we ended up splitting it though, but it wound up being double of what it would have been.
That's insane. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
But 18.
If I'm splitting the meal, I'm like, okay, give me half of that. What you're eating over there?
Well, and but that was only double. For her, that's beyond
yeah,
$18
it's $100 more. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Absolutely not. So yeah, she saw what everyone is eating. It's absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I would not do that either.
No.
I would stick up for myself. It's one thing if you're like, okay, I didn't have one drink, so I don't mind. I'll split it with you.
Yeah.
But if literally the meal is not equal at all, no.
Yeah, if they're like, oh, you want to split? And I see you're eating a lobster. Well, I'm just eating my house salad over here. No.
Nope, I don't want to split. You're making out. So, among the Navajo, a baby's first laugh is more than a milestone. It's a sacred event. Once the infant lets out their first genuine giggle, the person who caused it hosts a celebration to welcome the child into the social world.
Cute.
This is from Empowering Facts. Isn't that cute?
That's adorable.
I thought it was adorable.
Babies have cute laughs.
Oh, I love baby giggles. And that is it for news with Shannon.
Ooh.
I think
everyone clap. That wasn't a clap.
Well, you're not going to hear it anyway, because it'll probably be edited out.
All right. We're moving on now.
Moving on to what?
To stories.
Woohoo!
From Reddit.
All right. Isn't one a listener submission or repost?
Yes. What is it? Cross-posting.
A cross-post.
But it's technically not, since it was sent to me by text message. You know who you are.
Thank you for sending us a story.
This was posted on Am I the Asshole by Bread Acrobatic 9859.
Okay. I love some of these names.
Yeah. Now I really want homemade bread.
Oh, in my book they're talking about homemade beer bread. I'm like, I don't remember when we used to make beer bread.
You went through a phase of making that every single occasion. Oh, what's tonight for dinner? Beer bread.
Beer bread. Kind of miss having beer bread now.
Now I'd like some, but for a while,
yeah,
it was a bit much.
It was a bit much.
Anyways, am I the asshole for explaining to my future sister-in-law why her kids will never receive anything from us?
I'm gonna say maybe.
Maybe.
I'm thinking maybe. I can't commit because technically someone else's kids aren't entitled to your stuff.
No.
But, it would be nice if you could leave them something, if you're able.
We'll get into it.
All right.
I, 27 female, have a brother, 33 male, who has been dating his girlfriend Sarah for 2 years, and he proposed a couple of months ago. Sarah has 2 kids from her previous relationship, 8 male and 6 female. I would say that my parents and I are not very close to Sarah and her kids, but we are cordial and never had any problems before. My partner and I, Bro and Sarah, attended an Easter dinner at my parents', and that's when the drama happened. Sarah's kids were at their father's, so Sarah used the celebration to confront us about my brother requesting a prenup. Basically, my brother explained to her that he expects them to sign a prenup and that only his biological kids will have the right to inherit anything from our family assets.
No.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
I wouldn't marry him.
I feel like I would want you to think of them as...
If you can't accept my children as your own, then no.
Mm-hmm. This is something that we as a family discussed before, and we all agreed that only our children should receive assets or money from our inheritance. My brother is free to pay whatever he wants for his stepchildren out of his own money, but my children and his bio children will never have to share anything that our family has with them.
That's not right. You're completely separating her kids from bio kids, and they're little. It's not like they're adults and moved out of the house or something.
Sarah claimed that we were being unfair and that we are treating her and her kids like some strangers instead of embracing them like family. She said that the normal and decent thing to do is for us to see her kids like my brother's kids, who should have equal rights to any children they may have together. I told her after she gets married to my brother, she'll become our in-law and her kids will be my brother's stepchildren. But this does not mean we have to share anything with them. I asked her, will my future kids receive anything from her parents or from their bio father's parents? She said no, obviously. So I asked her why then would her kids be entitled to receive anything from us? Sarah said because they will be our family. So I told her that we have plenty of cousins that are also family, but I don't go around wishing to share my inheritance with them. There's a lot more back and forth between us, and Sarah was not letting this go. My brother asked her to stop because we were there to celebrate Easter, not to have this kind of conversation, but she kept on going, saying we need to clarify it for once and all. I told her that from where we stand, everything is clear, and it is only her who has a problem. She said we are greedy and cruel to some kids, and I snapped. I told her to deal with it. She is free to work her ass off and gather assets to leave her children. We will never divide anything outside of our family, and she should not expect her children to be our problem or burden to finance. I honestly feel like she's manipulative and using my brother for what she and her kids can get from him. But that's my brother's problem to decide if this is the kind of partner he wants. I just want to know if I was too blunt in telling her the truth. Yikes.
Wow. Holy. Okay, so technically no one's entitled to anything, but I would want the grandparents, so they're getting an inheritance from their parent.
Yes.
And they want a prenup. So obviously the parents are wealthy of this woman who...
Yeah. So, but I don't know.
Of her fiancé.
They seem like if they're like the type to do this, they'd be like, oh, those aren't my real grandchildren.
Right. So I would want to be a part of it. It's not, for me, it wouldn't be about the money per se. It's the fact that you're separating my kids out. You don't consider them part of your family.
Yeah.
They should be as equal as any other kids. If I had another child with your son, then that biological child gets an inheritance, but the other two siblings do not.
Yeah, it's odd.
It's weird. No, absolutely not. She should leave him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you love him or what, but they're selfie, greedy people. I'll say greedish.
Greedish people.
Greedish. Don't be greedish.
Yeah, I agree.
Greedy. No.
And her comparison didn't make sense. Obviously, your children aren't getting anything from her parents. You're not becoming part of her family.
Right. But if she had kids with you, then everyone should, it's different. But yeah.
A weirdo.
They're weirdos. Well, that's how the rich stay rich. They keep it to themselves.
That's why I believe that any money you can leave, there should be a cap on how much can go to your children and family, and the rest has to be like dispersed into like, I don't know,
the government
charities.
Would just take it. That would
Fine,
not happen.
I don't care, but I just don't think anyone should have that much of a leg up over people. No one needs, oh look, that 5-year-old has $5 million in its bank account already. No one needs that.
I saw a story that a dog has like $1 billion in a bank account. The richest dog in the world.
See, like, that doesn't need to happen. I don't care if it ends up in the government's hands. Just put everyone on equal footing. They'll still have
You are insane. No.
There should be a cap. Like, you can only... So, a percentage. So, say you're like a millionaire. Only 20% of your fortune can be dispersed to your family.
Okay, what kind of society do you want to live in? I don't even know what it is.
Fine.
I don't think
until
it's okay.
You die, you'll be dead. So make sure your family's set up to not depend on your money for the rest of their lives, because once you're dead, it's gone.
What? You would think very differently if
we were rich.
Yes. You would think very differently. Someone worked very hard for that money and wants to leave a legacy for their kids.
But now, 10 generations down, they don't remember old dear grandpa that worked hard for his money.
So he worked really hard, and then I'm sure someone kept a business going or kept investing it. So no, I think
but if they have the business and stuff, so what? The personal money goes away, but that business would still stand. So if the people are actually taking over the company and working, they'd still be profiting off of whatever actually made them this money. It's just they're not getting their family's money passed on.
Okay, well, if I had $1 million to give you, you wouldn't want it. You don't think it's right?
Make sure you spend it and give it to me before you die. Otherwise, they'll be dispersed.
Well, actually, technically, most rich people do. They have trusts. So your money is in a trust, so it's slightly different, so it's protected.
Yeah.
And then you tax differently.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ways around my system. I'm just saying, for those that aren't thinking ahead.
I don't agree. Anyone that's going to be a politician, they're like rubbing their hands together, like, yeah, let this go. Because, everybody, because 90% of the world is like 10% is rich. The rest are poor. So, poor people be like, hell yeah. But they wouldn't see it. The government would you'd rather the government just waste it instead of your family having it?
Fine, you should have to go to like, before you die, you choose a charity, or your family member after you die chooses a charity or something for you.
No, you get to keep it. I mean, charity is nice. It is good to give to charity.
Yeah, are you against my idea of giving all this money to charity?
I'm not against generational wealth, I think.
Think of what's his name, the Tesla dude dies, and think of all that money that could go to charities.
He had like 10 or 11 kids. I think they need that money.
Yeah, but there's a cap. Only so much percentage can get dispersed between these 20 kids.
No.
I'd still be at 40% of whatever he has would be a ton of money.
Now it's 40%.
20.
Let's just agree to disagree.
I'm just pulling out numbers here.
Okay. I'm going to agree to disagree. I say no.
Down with the rich.
I'm going to say no. Because I would think differently if I was rich. I just wish I was. I'm not. So.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to move on now.
Okay.
We're going to r/AITAH, posted by constant-process 2238. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend because he chose our supposed future kids over me?
Supposed future kids. Yes, I'm going to say you're probably the asshole unless he gave you like a big red flag. That could be it.
So he chose the supposed future kids over her.
Well, if life or death, I would hope you choose your kids. I'd want you to. If it was me or you, even though you're older.
So you're dating a guy and you're like, we're falling off the edge of a cliff because we went on this nature trail hike. Who would you save?
You.
But, well, I'm alive. What if you're like, I don't know, think I'm like me? I'm saying like, so I don't know.
Okay, let's get into the story.
I, 21 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 22 male, for 4 years now. We recently started talking about our future together, and the kids issue came up. He has known for a long time now that I've always been iffy about kids. He, on the other hand, insists that he likes kids and would like to have them in the future.
Okay.
Sounds like they should just break up.
It sounds like it.
This issue has often caused a massive strain on our relationship, but we've chosen to cross that bridge when we get there.
No. You gotta figure that out before you get married, before you get engaged. Like, no. Okay.
Oh, gosh. So this past Saturday, the issue cropped up and the conversation turned into a sore argument. My boyfriend said that living without kids would make his life pointless, and he feels like he would resent me in the future if I made him do that. I listened to his argument, and it made sense. After all, we're both young and have some more time before we get there, so naturally I had assumed that maybe I'd change my mind in the future, and we'd be able to have those kids. I shared these I shared these sentiments with him, to which I got a positive response. But here's where things got heated. After I told my boyfriend that it would also be kind of unfair to force myself into having kids if I'm not prepared, he suddenly changed the tone and said he would have no choice but to dump me for someone that would give him kids. This came up as a surprise because I assumed that he only wanted kids with me and would also try and view things from my perspective. I felt so bad because I expected the same support I had shown him when he told me he would resent me for not having them. I explained my disappointment, to which he said that he was equally disappointed at me for being selfish. I got mad and broke up with him then. We haven't talked since. So am I the asshole for leaving?
I don't think you need to be mad. I think this is a serious conversation.
See, I feel like the title is misleading.
Yes.
He's not, yes, he's choosing, future children over you. It's his life choice.
Yes.
He wants kids. He knows he wants kids, and that's important to him.
Right, and that's okay. Just like it's okay if she's unsure she doesn't want kids.
But you should have be with someone that shares the same view.
Yes, absolutely. Like if you're dating someone that doesn't want kids and you really want kids, I believe what you say at the moment. Not saying people don't change their mind, but I don't count on people changing their mind.
No, he should be okay with not having children than dating her.
Right. So I think it's fine. Like if you like the person enough, then you might change your views. But if you know you really want kids, then you need to be with someone else that wants kids.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone's an asshole. I just think you didn't need to have a fight about it.
No, I don't know. I feel like she was forcing it, or was probably trying to break apart earlier. Yeah.
I think he's like, You know, she's like, oh, that's a ways away. No, I mean, you're just wasting your time then.
Yeah.
Even if you really like each other, just because you want different things in life.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Top comment. He wants kids and you're iffy. If you have kids, you might be angry with him and he'll resent you for not letting him be a father. Better to end it now than after you're married.
Yep. 100% agree.
That's another comment. The one man I thought I would marry, yeah, he wanted kids and I didn't. That's not the only reason we broke up, but this would eventually have driven us apart. Honestly, he's one of the nicest people I've ever known, and we weren't right for each other. I found out through social media that he did marry a woman a few years later and had about 2 children with her. They divorced after about 20 years, apparently amicably, but I have no doubt that he's a great father, but I didn't want to be a mother.
Yeah, and that's fair. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think you should force that upon anybody. I don't know why people don't believe people when they say they don't want kids or they might not want kids. Like, I believe you. So
Yeah.
let's, move on.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And I feel like it's not a weird thing to ask when you're first starting dating someone either.
No, I don't think so. I think you just want to know, do you plan on having kids? And again, you don't know what life's going to throw at you, but you're going to the relationship with the same thoughts and views.
Yep. Moving on. We're going to r/relationship advice, posted by Odd Throwaway Post. This was posted 15 hours ago.
Ooh, nice and fresh.
Am I, 27 female, overreacting to my boyfriend's 26 male, mom's 50 female, unhinged sexual comments?
What? Yes? I don't know. I'm confused.
Let's get into it. I, 27 female, have been with my boyfriend, 26 male, for about 2 years. Our families are both very close. Both of our moms get along and pretty much are best friends once we started dating. I adore his mom, 50 female, too. We've had a genuine friendship since our son and I got together. Let me start by saying my boyfriend and his mom are pretty close and they have a great relationship. But since we started dating, she seems to be jealous of our relationship. She seemed to start copying me. My boyfriend bought me a beanie from our favorite local company, and suddenly she needed the same beanie. We went bikini shopping, and she bought the exact same bikini I decided to buy.
Oh, that's weird. All right. Wait, enmeshment. Come on. No.
My boyfriend bought me a camping ice chest, so she went out, bought the exact same one for herself. Now she's looking to buy the exact same car as me that I bought for myself 6 months ago.
That's weird. All right.
Aside from the copying, she makes very weird, inappropriate jokes. I said I wanted breakfast. She responds, "Don't you get enough sausage from my son?"
Oh my God. What? Could you imagine?
I would be in shock.
Oh my God.
I don't even know how you respond to that.
I don't know what you would say. What would you say? I don't even know.
I think I would make a joke like, of course not until marriage.
Clutch your pearls.
Yeah, we don't hold hands without anyone else in the room.
Oh my God, that's so awkward. Okay.
I say I'm tired. She says, maybe don't stay up so late having sex.
What? Okay.
One time I made a comment about my boyfriend having big hands, and she said, "You know what that means, right? Mama didn't raise no shrimpies."
Oh my God. Mama didn't raise no shrimpies. That needs to be on a shirt. Mama didn't raise no shrimpies.
Oh, what a cute little shrimp.
Shrimpy.
Oh, gosh. We were on a road trip once, and we had to pull over for a pee break. My boyfriend got out and just peed on the side of the road. Jokingly, I stood behind him and peeked over to watch his business. His mom saw, and she came over to do the same.
Ew, no! What is wrong with her?
She does say the stuff in front of my boyfriend, her son, and he'll snap and tell her she's being weird. But she only ever laughs it off. When she came over to see his business, he immediately shrugged her off, /elbowed her, and snapped at her to knock it off. She just doesn't take it seriously. I want the entire future with my boyfriend. Kids, house, land, all of it. So cutting her off or giving my boyfriend the ultimatum doesn't seem feasible. Is this an overreaction? Do I just let the weirdness fizzle out and ignore it in the meantime?
I would limit my contact with her. Like, she's a weirdo. Like, what? It seems very, like, incest a little bit. It's very enmeshed at the very least. But usually enmeshment's emotional. This seems sexual. I don't like it.
There's a comment. This is emotional incest. She's seen her son as a placeholder for a partner. Now that he has a partner, she sees you as competition for his affection. Yeah. This behavior will only escalate with every further step you take in your relationship. Getting married? She will wear white. Having a baby? She will insert herself as the mother of your child. You need to talk to your boyfriend about this and ask him to set boundaries. She needs therapy.
She does need therapy. The white thing I get, I definitely could see her doing. But, like, the baby she's going to take over? Like, what is she going to do?
Well, probably very, like, into, like, you know, commenting how they parent, how they do everything.
Just set up a baby's room in her house and be like,
start
it's mine.
Painting, yeah. Go to their house and start painting the baby's room.
Just take stuff out of their house. Like, the baby should stay at my house.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's so weird.
Top comment. As the mother of a son in his 20s, she's unhinged and deeply inappropriate. He's likely been dealing with this unhealthy enmeshment, which I firmly believe is low-key child abuse his whole life, and is aware that it's weird. I talk to him honestly and in a non-judgmental way about your concerns and see what his thoughts are.
Yeah, yikes. I would not want any part of that with her. I'd want to cut her off. Like, it's not normal. And it's actually kind of abusive to her son, actually.
Yeah.
That's gross. Like, obviously he's grossed out by it, but he's also probably somewhat used to her being weird, too, with her comments. But, like, I don't know. Weird.
Very weird.
No. I mean, her comments made me laugh. Mama didn't raise no shrimpy. I
know. I'm looking through the comments to see if there's, like, any more. I want more examples because I feel like they're great.
The examples are hilarious. I'm hungry. What was for breakfast? What'd she say about the sausage? It was great, too.
Didn't you have enough sausage for my son?
Yes. That's hilarious.
She's done a couple of different posts, like, on different subreddits, like, a jealous mother-in-law or am I overthinking? And as a comment kind of talking about the whole peeking. Mm-hmm. And she did the same thing I was doing. Hands on his shoulders and peeking over.
Ew.
Yeah.
She's actually touching him?
Yeah.
Like, that's so gross to me.
Yeah.
Ew, that's not normal. Oh, I see Zuzu. If you get YouTube, you'll see Zuzu's face. He's so cute.
Yeah.
That is not normal.
Another comment from her on the post. I think she sees his relationship with his dad and how they can talk like guys, and she tries to jump in, but she doesn't realize she crossed the line, or she realizes it, which is even scarier.
Wait a minute. She has a husband?
She has a husband.
Oh my God, that makes it so much worse. It's weird. She needs therapy, serious therapy.
Yeah.
Emotional incest.
Yeah.
That's gross. Her comments are great, though.
Mama didn't raise no shrimpies.
That's going on a shirt today. Like pajamas or something. It's going on.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
I can't imagine that.
Sleeping in the raw. Mama didn't raise no shrimpies.
Ew.
Going on something.
All right. We're going to move on now to... Am I the asshole for getting my girlfriend arrested?
Probably. Maybe she deserved it. She was abusive. I don't know. These ones I can't even give definitive answers.
No, it really depends.
It really depends.
This is from r/AITH, posted by historical-mix-351. Last night, my girlfriend and I fought over a car repair bill. She accused me of hiding costs. I had receipts, which she completely ignored. She screamed I was manipulating her and said she'd ruined my life. She became violent, so I started filming. She dumped water on my desk, ruined my notebook with the book's character scheme and some electronics, and grabbed my seizure meds, which I reminded her were medically important. But she told me the world would be better off if I were to jump off a bridge. She knocked over a bookshelf and tried to set it on fire. All on video. I ended up locking myself in a car and called the cops as I did not want to fight and was afraid of personal violence. She has been arrested. Both our families have always been on her side generally. I'm worried that they will argue that she was justified in some way or that I provoked her. I'm honestly afraid that I'll be ostracized by most of my social circle if she is punished.
Aww.
I'm also worried that she'll be back soon enough to harass me again. Am I the asshole?
No. My God.
Scary.
She's scary. She needs serious therapy. Get her arrested, but then she needs help. Like, I would hope her family would realize that, like, okay, this girl's got some anger
Well,
issues.
thanks for the video. We'll take care of that.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize my daughter was freaking out. Like, there's a video of you freaking out like that. Like, yeah, serious therapy.
If you got a video of me knocking over a bookshelf and trying to set it on fire.
I'm like, oh my God.
And then probably freaking out after a wind start on fire.
Yeah. Nothing works. I was paid. Like, oh my God. Okay.
Yikes. All right, there's a little update.
Okay.
Update. I showed my family the video, and they mostly took my side. I've been in contact with the police, who charged her with domestic violence. I've also requested a protective order. This has been a very stressful situation. I'm glad it's mostly under control. I hope to have all this behind me as soon as possible. Thank you for your suggestions and your support.
Aw, I feel bad
I
for
know.
him. I feel like he needs a hug. And she needs a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
And, if your friend circle mostly has her friends, you might lose that friend circle. But
It's fine.
What?
You'll get some good friends eventually.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're in high school, you'll meet better friends in college. Or you know what? In college, you'll meet better friends. It's fine. You don't want to hang out with people that like that.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
No, that's... Poor guy. Yeah, if I had a video of that, like you, like, oh my God, seriously, we're committing you.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
It's bad.
You did call me a psycho the other morning.
I was
nowhere
joking,
near that.
Well, I would hope you're 10 or you're like raging in the morning. I would hope it was never.
Never that.
Never. No. Even myself, you might get a little angry or slam a cupboard or something, but you're not like... That's weird. Just like the other night, I was just crying because I have these things that I have to figure out. And I came up with a solution today. Crying because I can't hook up these things because it's just me.
What are you looking at?
Where I want my pool heater.
Oh.
Or my faucet over there. So now I got a plan. I'm going to take care of it myself.
Woo!
With your help.
Yay!
With the heater, I'm going to need your help. The faucet, I'm going to do it all myself. With YouTube.
Okay, we're going to move on.
I picture our sink flooding and I'm calling
the
plumber.
Oh, no.
That's okay, because I don't even know where my shut-off valves are. So, we'll figure it out.
Yikes. All right, we're going to do one more story.
Okay. I'm having fun. I never want it to end.
This has been a good one.
Well, it has been a good one. It's been fun.
Have we done this one before? Am I the asshole for not giving my niece the porcelain doll my mother left for her?
Why does it sound familiar? I
Does
don't know.
sound familiar. I don't think I have read it, have I?
I don't think so. I guess
All
we're
right.
going to read.
This is from r/Am I the Asshole, posted by Queen Bee 1253. My niece, J, 10, female, was the only granddaughter when my mother died in 2020. When she died, she wanted my niece to have her porcelain doll collection, which was around 6 dolls. These porcelain dolls were around when I was a child, and I had memories of getting in trouble for playing with them. They were absolutely beautiful. Well, when my mother died, I, 29 female, decided to keep one doll. I knew it wasn't left for me, but it felt like they meant more to me than they could give to my niece. I contemplated giving it back to her when she was old enough to appreciate it. We're from Louisiana, and the Hurricane Laura hit when we evacuated. I took the doll with me because I knew it was sentimental and irreplaceable. My niece, however, let all the remaining 5 dolls get ruined in the hurricane because she left them in that house, and they got ruined in there.
How old is this niece?
10.
Okay.
My twin sister, so it should have been on the mom.
Yeah.
My twin sister, Jay's mom, thinks that it's only fair that I give Jay the doll. I kept it safe because, after all, it was left it for her. My argument is that I would have gave her the doll, it would have gotten ruined with the other ones because she didn't care enough about them to take them with her. Fast forward, we're now in 2025. I have a daughter of my own. I 100% believe if my mom would have known that she was going to have another granddaughter, she would have left the doll to her.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, but Reddit does not. She got voted as the asshole.
No, Reddit, you got it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame the niece for not taking those dolls with her.
No, she's only 10.
She's 10. So that's on the mom. They could have at least brought one with them.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're afraid to lose everything, you're not thinking
panicking,
about
you're not thinking. I'm sure
dolls.
she was upset. They probably lost a lot of other sentimental things as well.
Right, they probably lost like a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, top comment, you're the asshole for a few reasons. 1, it was nor was it ever your doll. It was always your niece's doll. Your mother specifically said they were all to go to the niece. If you wanted one, you should have told your mother this before she died and asked if you could have one. 2. Your niece didn't leave the doll during a hurricane evacuation because she didn't crap about the dolls. They were left because, as a minor young child, she was relying on her parents to get out in an incredibly scary situation. Wrapping up a bunch of dolls, no matter how sentimental, the priority for any of them was not this, and had nothing to do with any of this. It doesn't matter. Oh, this is 3. It doesn't matter how sure you are about your mom would feel since there's another granddaughter. You could be 100% important that it doesn't matter because your mom is dead and has zero thoughts about that.
Wow. Okay. Jeez, that's harsh.
You went against your mother's wishes and pretty much stole a doll from the child. You're the asshole for doing that, and you're an even bigger asshole for refusing to give it back.
I disagree.
I disagree.
If she would have given the doll, it would have been gone and lost and ruined in the hurricane. And now that she has her own daughter, I'd want to pass it on. The grandmother would have wanted to split it between both daughters.
It probably would have been 3 and 3 then.
Yeah.
Though it probably should have been, I guess maybe she, I don't know, didn't think her child would have any children. Like, wouldn't you think, 3 and 3 to... I don't know, in case you had more children or you had 2 daughters, split it.
Or maybe she doesn't think her daughter didn't care about the dolls.
Maybe.
And so she thought she wouldn't like them. And then now that she didn't have her mom, it was like a connection. I don't think she's an asshole at all because she would have given it to her originally. It would have been gone and lost. And that's fine. I don't know. I disagree. What do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think she should now give it to her?
I don't think she should give it to her. I think... Did she try asking if she could have one of the niece's dolls? Like, maybe.
Well, if you're the one handing them over, let's say you're living with your mom, it sounds like she was the one handing them over. And she kept one. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah.
I think that's
I don't
fine.
think she's the asshole.
Yeah, I don't think she's an asshole. Oh, you know what? Maybe she is an asshole. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, because either way, if she would have handed it over, it would have been lost. So why is she an asshole now for hanging on to it?
Yeah, I don't think she's the asshole.
No. Now she has a daughter to pass it on to.
Yeah.
I would be careful with my sister, though. She probably couldn't try to steal that doll.
Yeah, don't leave her unattended in your house.
Right. Lock it away like Annabelle.
Oh, gosh. Ooh, want to do one more short one?
Let's do a short one.
This is from r/AITAH, posted by Geekbag. Am I the asshole for dumping my girlfriend because she has an enormous pile of debt?
Yes, you're an asshole.
And I'm not talking just a few thousand. We're talking 200,000. I've always been fairly financially savvy. No vehicle payments, no credit card debt. Student loans were paid off years ago. Owned my own business and enjoyed the stress-free financial freedom that I have. I am 49. I'm in a relationship with a female with 5 kids. Only 2 at home. She earns 6 figures a year, but just found out she also has 6 figures of student loan debt. Somewhere around $50,000 credit card debt, medical bills, $700 vehicle payment, always overdrawn in her checking, but still gets nails, lashes, and hair done weekly. Yada, yada, yada.
Well, that's what men like, though, right?
Yeah,
they want,
like... That's what drew you to her.
Uh-huh.
I worked hard to get where I'm at and can't stand the thought of marrying someone in this kind of financial shape. I do love her, but the stress that would go along with it just isn't worth it to me.
You can get a prenup saying your debt is your debt.
Yeah.
Like, you can fix that so that you don't take ownership of that debt.
Yeah. Well, Reddit is saying that he's not the asshole. You definitely shouldn't go into a serious relationship with somebody who's already drowning in debt.
I mean, you could say the same as someone that's trying to go to medical school.
She's also a single mom of 5.
Yes.
So she's probably accrued over that time. So
single mom of 5, there's medical bills on there before she was making that amount of money. She needed to go into student loan debt to have the job probably that she has now. So no, I understand that he is financially fine and doesn't want to take on her debt. I mean, you think you want to help her a little bit.
No.
But, if he doesn't, that's his choice. But then, get a prenup. If we're going to keep moving on in this relationship, we'll get a prenup. Yeah. And the whole hair, the lashes and nails, that stuff's expensive. That's why I don't do it. But, men like women that are put together. So that's what drew him to her. So I kind of feel like he's a little bit hypocritical for that as well.
I think so, too.
You could at least pay for that stuff for her.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like the one Reddit story I heard.
No, that wasn't a Reddit story. That was the Jeffrey and whatever in the morning?
Oh, that's right. It was Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Yes.
Yes.
At the end of the day, she handed him like a bill of like everything it costs for hair, makeup, and nails.
Yes. And the outfit, I think, right? Or waxing or something.
Something like that.
Pedicure. There we go.
And it was like, what, close to $200?
Yes. She gave him a bill of $200 after the date.
And he paid it.
Yes.
Eventually. And then they're still dating. They did like a whole second update. They're still dating. They have agreement. Like he pays for half of like all of her
upkeep, her maintenance. I mean, it's expensive to look good.
It is.
So like she would go before a date, like get her nails done, get a blowout. You know, all that stuff's expensive. Like lashes are expensive.
Oh yeah.
All of it.
Nails are expensive, and think about how fast your nails grow. And then if they break, like every 2 weeks, really.
Yeah, every 2 weeks
nails.
you gotta do that. So yeah, I'm all for that. If that's what you like, then you should pay for it, buddy.
Yep.
Otherwise, don't complain that you don't have it. But like, yeah, that's why I still want to know how like a lot of college students afford all that.
Well, I think a lot of them are getting
money from their parents.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Because
different priorities.
Like, how do you afford that? Like, if I'm giving you money for school and you're getting your hair and nails done, I'm like, oh, I guess Ari doesn't need that much money for school then.
Or they're just eating ramen.
Yeah, that's true. They're like, I'm not eating.
I eat the one meal a day that my meal package covers.
Yes. The rest is for my hair and nails.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we had a great episode.
I think so. Mama didn't raise no shrimpies.
Mama didn't raise no little shrimpy. All I could think of is shrimpy. So, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for joining us. Like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends.
Yeah.
The Raining Cats and Dogs podcast. Maybe a little bit of funny merch is coming. Either I'm thinking sweatshirts and maybe tank tops for jammies or something. Just something simple and cute. We wouldn't actually really make any money from it. It's just something kind of fun.
Yes.
Right. All right.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if your mother-in-law raised a shrimpy.
Yeah. If you got a shrimpy, I'm sorry. And remember, when you stay overnight at your boyfriend's house, don't ask for breakfast. She might make a sausage comment. All right, guys. Have a great week and be kind.